Hello. A little later than usual for this week, but still in good time for this October's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. This is a short FYI Friday style episode, just in time for the weekend. So that means, hopefully, that you'll be spending less time staring at your screens and more time doing other stuff. And though this episode's just a short one, we hope you'll find it a good jump-off point for some much more leisurely time spent just listening. So, what's coming up to listen to? You'll find out in a few seconds. From the financial heart of the City of London, I'm Kyle Hannon, and this is episode 131 of the Go Beyond Disruption podcast. It's brought to you by the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, the unified voice of AICPA and CIMA. Every week, you'll get business, tech, and leadership insights from inside the accounting and finance profession that help you stay ahead of the curve, whatever your business and wherever you're based. And for this month, those insights are focusing on cybersecurity. That's because it's Cybersecurity Month. That's here in the UK and the EU, as well as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in the US. And it's the third year that we've put together 4 weeks of cybersecurity-focused conversations. Yeah, we started in 2018. We did it again last year, and now, here in 2020, we've had a thought. And that thought goes like this. Everyone in business is going to be interested in cybersecurity. And let's face it, who isn't? After all, this is something that affects every business and every customer out there. But if you've only recently become aware of how crucially important cybersecurity is, and that's because this has been a year like no other, especially with all this remote working, then you'll probably be interested in a much more general basis rather than just diving straight into the latest developments in the arena. So that brings us back to exactly why this podcast episode is going to be so short. Instead of finding and splicing together an exhaustive compilation of all the best stuff we've covered in the past, we've done something much more useful. What we've done instead is created a special playlist of just 20 podcast episodes from the last 3 Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So that means you can browse these episodes when it suits you. You can find the ones that catch your eye based on your business situation, and then you can catch them with your ear. Yeah, you can listen when you like, anytime at all. Just click on the big CyberSec 20 link in our show notes, and it'll take you straight to that episode list that we've put together just for you. And from there, you can take your pick and start listening. There are conversations we've had with cybersecurity experts all over the world, from New York to Hong Kong, and from companies you'll know like Experian and the City University of New York, that's CUNY. And you'll also hear from people and organizations that you won't have heard of, until now, that is. And they'll all be focusing on the same thing, building better business security. For example, you'll hear Chris Romeo of the Security Journey outline why security is everyone's problem, regardless of what your role is. You'll hear IT auditor Anthony Hargreaves, who takes you on a deep dive into cyber risk assessments. And Lisa Trainer of Cape & Krause. She'll shake up some of your assumptions by telling you why your business might actually want to be hacked, but in the right way. Though instead of me telling you about them, let's hear from some of these expert conversations directly.
So this is not necessarily a new situation. It's a situation that's been exponentially exposing us because of the quickness that we're having to put into place to help implement the technology to run our businesses at this time.
This, as most experts say, is not the only way. Once we get over this hump, from a future perspective, what needs to happen in order to prepare the company's overall resilience?
When you choose to virtualize your organization, your youngest and newest staff may be your best assets to implement the technology-related change and assist with your less tech-savvy staff. Getting newer and younger existing staff or anyone new to the organization engaged is incredibly important. It's never been more important than it is today.
I think the challenge is that most organizations don't know what data they have or where it is.
It's not only what each customer is telling you, but it's what all of your customers are telling you.
That's going to ripple out. You're going to get clients because you are positive. Your firm is positive. You uplift people. I believe it. I've seen it. And it has so many economic benefits by establishing those relationships and being authentic.
You can look at cloud solutions as a smorgasbord. For each feature that you implement, you have to understand the risk and the benefit of each of these decisions.
You do have to be equipped to ask enough the right questions. There's lots of levels of security, action, and proactivity that you can take.
This is a very, very significant step for the profession. It's a leadership step for accounting, for CPAs, related to how we all work today. We all work today in this remote fashion, online, but digital is so important. And this is something that will help all firms.
There you go. Plenty more where that came from. 3 years of cybersecurity conversations, 20 episodes to choose from, and just one easy link to use. Open the show notes to this episode and click on CyberSec20. It's easy to view those show notes. All you have to do is tap on the info icon in the podcast app you're using right now. That can be on your smartphone or your tablet. You can also open this episode on your computer. Use the web browser, open it up. You'll find everything right there. And you'll find that on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, pretty much whatever podcast app or music streaming service you're using. So that's it from us for this week. The weekend is up to you. Once you're back, find us wherever you get your podcasts or your music, or simply visit gobeyonddisruption.com. That's gobeyonddisruption.com. From the London office of AICPA and CIMA, I'm Kyle Hannon. Until next time, keep listening and keep safe. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Beyond Disruption, brought to you by the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Learn more about today's topic at AICPA-CIMA.com/disruption. This podcast is designed to provide illustrative information with respect to the subject matter covered and does not represent an official opinion or position of the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates. It is provided with the understanding that the association, its affiliates, and subsidiaries are not engaged in rendering legal, accounting, or other professional services. If such advice or expert assistance is required, the services of a competent professional person should be sought. The association, its subsidiaries, and affiliates make no representations, warranties, or guarantees as to and assume no responsibility for the content or application of the material contained herein and expressly disclaim all liability for such damages arising out of the use of, reference to, or reliance on such material.